Okay, hello, hi, this is Ryan Ahmed with you, and now we'll start, we're continuing with our study of Python, and now we'll start solving problems related to functions and how to write functions and use them in our problems, okay? Now, exercise 3.14 says write a function called write justify. Okay, you know the write justify in your text processor. This is the same way. Okay, so he wants to put, for example, this word Monty to be to the right. Okay, with because of some spacing you have to add. So the spacing is 70 characters of spaces, but you have to fix the spaces for the rest. Like it says here, that it takes a string named as a parameter and prints the string with enough space leading spaces so that the last character of the string is in column 70. So what you have to do is subtract from 70 the number of characters here, for example Monty. So Monty is 5 characters minus 70, you get the rest as spaces. So there's a function called len, okay, like this. You use it like this. It will give you the length of the statement or the string here, for example Monty, okay, which is 5 characters. So because of the multiplication sign of the or like here, for example, in this example, okay, you want to repeat x 5 times, so we can use here a variable which will fix this spacing, okay, and then with a concatenation you can get that spacing. So so what we have to do is this. Okay, I'll clear everything. Okay, just as a reminder, first the way you do your code is import, put the imports, then put all the list of defs, okay, then your main app, okay, the main code here starts here. Okay, so we don't have any import, so you remove it. There are no imports, but our definition is of write justify, okay, is here the str. Okay, so I put a string named str now because this is the input. Okay, and I press enter. Now what I prefer, I mean, is to make another function here. Okay, we call it put spaces. Okay, and it takes count, okay, number of spaces, okay, like this. So we will do it as in return. Okay, this is, let's say here space, okay, single space, okay, we're going to do it this way, is this and this, so you know what you're reading. Okay, and so therefore the put spaces will be this string, okay, single space times the counts, the repetitions. Let's say call it, instead of count, repeat, repetition. Okay, okay, repetitions. So it's the number of repetitions. I can do it this way. Now, of course, you put this function before this function, the right justify, for one reason, which is what we need to make the function put spaces known to the function right justify, so it can call it from within itself. So do it this way: the right justify str length, okay, equals len of str. Okay, we put this as a local variable within the function. Okay, so the right justify, and this is the length, okay, of this thing. So the spaces required is, okay, required spaces, okay, equals 70, because he's saying that you start from the last character. For example, let's say the 0 here, it's on the 70th character, okay, so we have to count this way, okay, backwards. Okay, so 70 minus str length, okay, so what we will return is directly put spaces of the required spaces, okay, plus the str. Okay, so if I want to do something like print Monty, okay, let's print Monty first. And print the right justify, just to show you that Monty has or is shifted, okay, by 70 characters, okay, of, okay, Monty, and that's it. Cool. So again, this is right justify, this is the length of the string, okay, from if we say we have here Monty as a word, okay, so you want to shift it as such. This is the requirement, okay, shift it like this to this side, okay. So here I have, here in the gray area, I have spaces, so I have to count all those spaces, okay, plus the Monty, okay, just to make the y, okay, on the 70th column, which is this one, the 70. Okay, so now we're going to run the code, okay, and here run this module. So see Monty, this is the first print, okay, first print, and this is the next print here of Monty with the right justify, okay. If you want it more clearer, okay, we can do it this way. Instead of this space, because it's not really clear to you, maybe you would think of me putting spaces, somebody might be conning you. So what you can do is, instead of this, see, because I made a single space like this, okay, let's say we make it like this. So if I repeat the function, okay, so every one of these is a space. Okay, it's not really good this way. Okay, I'll make it like this. Okay, this is another rerun. Okay, so if you notice, what I mean is that these are, or those are pushing the spacing here. Okay, we can also remove this. Okay, and this way. Okay, and run again. Okay, anyway, so you see that the word Monty is pushed by those spaces, if you want to say. Okay, it's a representation of space. Okay, so it's clear now how did we do that. Okay, so this is one exercise. Now another exercise, let's see how many exercises there are there in the application, the program, or on the I mean. So yes, so a function object here in exercise 3.2 is a value that can assign to a variable or pass as an argument. Okay, so is a value you can assign to a variable or pass as an argument. For example, do twice is a function that takes a function object, okay, as an argument and calls it twice, like this. So do twice f, okay, and then f first time, f second time. Okay, now here's an example that uses do twice to call a function called print spam twice. So let's define print spam as such. Okay, and it will print the line spam. So do twice spam like this. Okay, by just passing its name. Okay, and we will have to test this. Okay, so let's do everything required here. Okay, so it says do twice. It's like print spam. This is our base function. Okay, I'll have to put it like this, of course. You must, because you'll have to put the body of the function, the paragraph of the function, if you want to say, okay, like this, away from the word def. Okay, so it can differentiate whether this is part of the main program, the whole program, or part of a function. Okay, or any other kind of instructions in the programming language, which sets all those lines underneath this instruction. Okay, so let's say I have do twice. Takes f. Okay, it's a def. Let's put it somewhere here. Okay, alone, and then I can call f and then f again. Okay, now if I want to test it, this means I will have to do this. We say this is main here, for us just to know that we are talking here about main, the main application. So do twice, okay, print spam. So this means the word spam will be returned twice. If I run this, let's see what has happened. So I saw the word spam has been repeated twice. This means that the function print spam was called twice. Okay, okay, let's say I have I want to modify do twice so that it takes two arguments, a function object and the value, and calls the function twice, passing the value as an argument. Okay, well, it's okay. So what we will do, we will have to put here something like value. Okay, and this means I will have to put value like here and value like here. So okay, and this means I will have to put here value okay, and let's say I put plus, let's put a space here, value. Okay, let's see what will happen. And of course here I must add example 5. Cool. Let's see if I understood the question correctly. Okay. Okay, understood. So I should have put value here as str like this, and it will be converted as such. Okay, so let's see now spam 5 because I forced the word value to be a string. Okay, now let's say I want to repeat the word spam twice. Okay, so I want to what I will have to do is this. Value, okay, plus slash n plus value. Okay, this means it was printed twice with a new line. Use the modified version of do twice to call print twice, okay, passing spam as an argument. Okay, anyway, it's clear. This means that you're repeating the call of the function. Okay, that's all about this example. So if we do this, okay, maybe spam like here and remove. I can do this, doesn't matter. Okay, I can do whatever I want. Okay, It's very clear. Cool. Anyway, let's go this function call. Okay, it's very I think rarely it's used. Okay. Now, note this exercise should be done only using the statements and other features we have learned so far. Okay, how can we write this? Okay. Um, write a function that draws a grid like the following. Okay. So what we can do is this. He by default print advances to the next line, but you can override that behavior with a space at the end like this. And okay. Well, we can use the repetition, the multiplication here, okay, like as in what we did with the spacing, okay, and it will be solved for us, okay, and with so many prints, okay. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching.